People with disabilities in our societies are the most discriminated. Why? Reason being that they are unable to access different services like we can access. Today we are having Yona Wasswa. Yona Wasswa has two impairments. One of them he can hardly hear, or he can hardly see. But one of the inspiring thing is that he's going to be contesting to the 13th Parliament for the year 2026. We are going to be talking to him, hear his journey, and then after, he's going to be telling us what he promises to do for his people. Today, yes. So, Yona, tell us more about this. Why are we here? Why have we visited you in your home today?
Yeah, good. Hi, few viewers. I am happy that you responded to my call to come when I'm launching my decision to vie for the position of member of parliament representing persons with disabilities. I want to let the whole world know that I, Yona Wasswa, will be contesting to represent persons with disabilities in the 12th Parliament. The reasons for my decision is informed by my long time service in the disability fraternity, both at policy and implementation levels, that has given me sufficient knowledge and experience in disability. Over the years, I have learned, and anybody can testify, that government investment in disability is staggering. It's not increasing, not reducing. And the biggest problem relates with the budget that Parliament appropriates to issues relating to persons with disabilities. We have also witnessed a progressive reduction in the inclusivity of all the laws and policies that Parliament lately is passing. And likely, this is because some of the members of Parliament, if any, may not be having sufficient knowledge and experience regarding the issues, concerns, and the challenges that currently affect persons with disabilities. They have been in the Parliament for some time, and so they are detached now from the common man. Therefore, I am coming in with experience in disability, with experience in inclusive legislation, with experience in inclusive budgeting, to ensure that Parliament of Uganda appropriates sufficient budgets, particularly on three issues. One, issues relating to early identification of disability and prevention. Most of the people with disabilities you see in this country suffer from preventable disabilities. And that therefore needs that the government has to invest heavily in programs that are aimed at preventing disability, programs that are aimed at training professionals, medical professionals in the field of disability prevention, so that we reduce the number of persons who living with disabilities. That in turn will reduce the cost from government side that is spent on persons with disabilities who are old. And to focus on when I'm in Parliament is to ensure that the quality of education, particularly education of persons with disabilities, is enhanced and supported with appropriate budgets. We need to equip all schools with special needs children with enough qualified teachers and personnel. We need to equip those schools with scholastic materials that are needed by people with disabilities of various categories. And all these can only happen if Parliament is rightly guided by a legislator who understands these things, and I'm the one here. I'm coming to offer in that house. The other area that I think this government has invested heavily money is the area of inclusive livelihoods. You can saw these programs, the Myoga, Prosperity of the Burundi, Parish Development Model. You can see special grant for persons with disabilities, WEP, there's YLP, and so many of these programs. The government is investing heavy sums of money in ensuring that all Ugandans get out of poverty. Unfortunately, persons with disabilities have continued to be poorer than they were before these programs came in. And largely is because both the government, the program designers and program implementers do not completely have knowledge on what needs to be done if people with disabilities are supposed to benefit from those programs. Therefore, with my over 15 years work, the disability fraternity, both at policy and implementation levels, I'm going to ensure that programs designed by government pay attention to specific needs, issues, and concerns of persons with disabilities in their varying categories, such that everyone benefits in this program and we all enter in the money economy.
Support to people with disabilities being that it is at a staggering stage, but looking at the national budget for last year, still these people were not excluded. What did you mean by that?
Yes, but a responsible and an inclusive society then will ask, out of that, what percentage is earmarked to persons with disabilities? Because you see, the problem we have with our budgeting system is they will tell you the principle of this budget is inclusion. We make sure that it is going to cater for each and everyone. Those semantics are not needed in this era of sustainable development goals. We need to know if those trillions you're talking about, how much of that is specifically earmarked persons with disabilities. But again, to do what? I can assure you Parliament will not hesitate to allocate and earmark money to persons with disabilities. But the problem is one, they don't know what to do with it. So I am coming to tell Parliament what the earmarked amount of money for persons with disabilities should be spent on. And what am I going to say? The issues, the problems, challenges that people with disabilities right now, as I talk, in my village, in your village, are facing. And I'm saying some of the MPs, if any all, now are detached from the person with a disability in your village and in my village.